Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers.
Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine.
Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Go Bucs! Give a cheer for the Buccaneers.
Stand up.
Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. Go Bucs!
Because we know we're on the top.
We stand up! Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine.
Stand up and shout.
Go Bucs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Monday edition of Frankly Speaking Sports. And oh boy, what a Monday we have for you, and what a weekend. I mean, for those of you Tampa Bay sports fans all over the place, what an amazing weekend this has been, especially for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays. And just an incredible week. You know, if you can all please do me a favor, a couple things as we're sharing this and as we're watching and listening on different platforms. Can you please share this to your timeline? It will only take 1 second to share this to your timeline. So if you can please do me a favor, go ahead and do that. I would really appreciate that. A couple of other things I went ahead and I did put in on the Frankly Speaking Sports. If you're on the Frankly Speaking Sports platform, the Bullseye platform, or if you are on the Crew Life platform, there is a certain permission now link that says if you want, you can go ahead and you can use your name. We've given you permission to allow us to use your name on the show. So go ahead and let us do that. I'm just checking real quickly as I had a comment. So I'm not going to see comments unless you're on the Frankly Speaking Sports group and you give permission for them to use your comments. It's a new thing, so please go ahead and once again share this to your timeline and give permission. What a great show. What a great weekend. I'll tell you what, for Tampa Bay sports fans, if you want to talk about a roller coaster of different however you would say it, a different roller coaster of many different emotions over the weekend. It all began on Saturday night. The Rays are going into Saturday night. They are down 2-1 in the World Series, and then one of the most miraculous games that Tampa Bay fans have ever seen their team participate to midnight on Saturday night, as the Rays tied up the series on Saturday night, 2-2. And what a great game this was. And I think I got some, let me go ahead and see if I can pull up some highlights from this game, as it was just an incredible game. I'm moving stuff around right now so I can go ahead and let's go like this. I got a couple of different things I want to. Let's start out with the highlights first from this game. Lots of things in this game that happened on Saturday night. Arozarena, Renfro, Lau, Kiermaier. This was a back and forth game. One team would take the lead. The next team would come up and take the lead. From the 3rd to the 8th inning, every half inning there was runs scored. And then, of course, the Rays with the miraculous victory on one of the most miraculous plays ever in the history of Major League Baseball on Saturday night. In that game, the Rays did have 10 hits. The Dodgers had 15 hits. Arosarena's breaking every single record that is available for this guy to break. Broke Derek Jeter's record, broke records for most home runs in the World Series. Just incredible. And let's go ahead. For those of you fans that are joining us, I know we got many fans. This show is going to be both Buccaneers and Rays tonight. We're going to start out with the Tampa Bay Rays, show you the highlights from Saturday's miraculous game. We're going to break down a little bit. And then the second part of our show, we're going to break down the huge win by your Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Las Vegas Raiders that took place yesterday, as I believe the final score in that one was 45-20. So don't go away. We are going to break down both the Tampa Bay Rays and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For those of you listening, we'd love interaction. We'll love comments. We're going to go ahead in a little bit and give you some numbers to call in on. We will have a call-in show tonight. This is a call-in show. We want interaction. We want you to leave comments. We want you to leave messages. This is your time to talk Tampa Bay sports, and there's no better time right now than to talk Tampa Bay sports. For those of you that want to call in, I just went ahead. We put a number up there for you as I'm quieting all my phones and stuff here. To call, and we'll give you, after the highlights, go ahead, give us a call. We'll talk to you online. We'll talk what we think about the Rays' chances of coming back, winning 2 games in a row. We'll talk about the Buccaneers, the acquisition of Antonio Brown, and lots and lots and lots more. So for those of you, let's go. Without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start with Saturday's highlights in one of the most miraculous games in Tampa Bay Rays history right here. Let me go ahead and take this comment off so nobody calls in during that. And let's go ahead and put up these highlights. Enjoy them, folks. Let me go ahead and find the one I am looking for. There we go.
Here are the Dodgers up 2-1. Last night they played basically an airtight game. Julio Urias getting the ball tonight. Ryan Yarbrough getting the ball for the Tampa Bay Rays. Back at the track, at the wall. Did it again. Back-to-back nights. All he's done this postseason is go 4-0. Coach and a strikeout starts the night. This ball is crushed. Corey Seager with another 2-out RBI. This one will work the plate tomorrow. Strikeout ends the inning. That is 5 for Urias. That's going to be it for Ryan Yarbrough. His bag at the wall, and he's got another. And the all-time record for home runs in a single postseason with number 9. That is hit into right, a base hit. Throw by Renfroe. Has a great arm, but it's up the line. Here's the 3-2. This ball is up and way out of here. It's a 3-2 game. Another strikeout. 9 in the ball game. That's it for the lefty. That is past Brasso and into left. In to score is Will Smith. Look at a 2-out RBI hit. And a high fly ball into left center field. Brandon Lau has put the Rays on top. Off the glove. 2 runs are going to score. Peterson has delivered off the bench. Here's one into right. This one is way out of here, and game 4 is tied. Seager, little flare, shallow left. Dodgers back on top. Another 2-out run scoring here in the 8th. And the young right-hander celebrates getting the final out of the 8th. Jansen. That is into center field. Phillips is tied the game. Arose, Arena coming around. Throw home. Now he stumbles. But the ball gets away. Tampa Bay wins it. Brett Phillips, game 4 hero.
Okay, there we are. Now we're back. And what a great, great game that was. And all of you stayed up. I mean, Twitter just lit up like it was on fire that night. I mean, just an incredible game. Pretty much a no-name player who they picked up. Basically, the reason why this guy was picked up was to run the bases and for speed and some defensive play in the outfield. And my goodness gracious, to see a guy like this come through, what better display of just talking about perseverance than anything else? Like it's like we've seen the whole series. It was just an incredible way of winning the game. As I go ahead, and I have a bunch of people that are texting me right now. Once again, please share this to your platform. We have accepted permissions to allow your name from Facebook, so go ahead and accept that as well. For those of you that want to interact, you can leave a message on the Facebook, Frankly Speaking Sports platform. Leave messages. We're here. We want to talk Tampa sports, but it takes two to talk. So please, please, please get involved. We're going to talk about the Rays the first 30 minutes of the show. Then we're going to break down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their big, big win yesterday as well. But, when you look at some of that stuff and that play that took place, it's just amazing if you just watch the game before that play, how amazing the game was already. And for this to just be the closure on the game was just amazing. And I thought, when I looked at this play and you look at the play and you break the play down, which we're going to listen to Harold Reynolds in a couple of minutes, break down this play, but a couple of things. The first thing is the outfielder, I believe it's a Taylor, went to pick up the ball, took his eye off the ball. The ball rolled around a little bit in the outfield. Now, people say, well, Larry, he would have, could have scored anyway, even if that didn't happen. Not so fast, because what happens now is our third base coach is saying, we are now going to send him due to the fumbling of the baseball. So now he sends him. As he's rounding third, down goes our Rosarina on, he tumbles over himself. The ball hits the cutoff man. All of a sudden, the cutoff man picks it up. Rosarina is going back to third. What do you do? They go throw the ball home. The catcher, Muncy, tries a swipe tag on someone that is not there yet. The ball gets away. Rosarina scores, and the Rays win the ball game. Just so much happening in that play of baseball. And when you talk about fundamentals, the only way that play works positively for the Los Angeles Dodgers on Saturday night is if everything is fundamentally done right. Now, we're still talking about Saturday's game. We'll get into last night's game as well. But let's go ahead and listen to our good buddy from Major League Baseball Network, Harold Reynolds, take this play and break down this play, a miraculous play, one of the most memorable plays in World Series history. Let's listen to it.
It's a play that will go down in infamy. We will be talking about it for decades.
Well, because there's so many things that happen. This is a Major League game, not Williamsport. This is a Major League World Series game. But things speed up when things start happening, and it seems you always hear the wheels came off, right? Well, this ball's hit hard. Once it hits the ground, the run is scoring. Kiermaier is scoring from second. Right there, he looks. If we can run that back just a little bit. He looks up. All right, we're going to run this back, and I think this is where the play falls back. Right when Taylor starts to touch it, go ahead, go on back, guys. When he touches the ball, right there, you see him? He's going to, instead of looking in his glove, he's starting to peek. Bring it forward just a little bit, little bit, little bit. And as it comes forward, he's now going to start to peek to third base. Now, this is an infielder. What happens a lot of times in infield, you look it in, you go transfer to your hand. You don't look the ball into your hand. You just naturally have it. He's an infielder. He just missed it. Now he comes up and makes a throw. Right on target, a little bit offline, so Muncy's going to relay. Now, Smith right here, he gets in a hurry because he doesn't know this guy has stopped. The last time he saw him was full speed. He doesn't see him fall. He's tracking the ball in the relays because he's got to get himself, one, give him the lane, so he's got to get in the right position because of the rule. Secondly, he's got to follow. Where is he going to throw the ball to? Is he going to throw it all the way in the air? Is he going to hit a cutoff? What are we going to do? All those things were happening in this amazing play. It was amazing.
You see the kick, but watch the throw from Muncy. It looks like he threw a changeup to home plate.
A little bit of a cutter. He's so close. I think he realized that he might have thought he was deeper towards the outfield, but he was closer to home base. So now he doesn't want to put as much on it, and he ends up throwing a little bit of a cutter.
I mean, the emotional roller coaster while this play was taking place for everyone in this ballpark, it was absolute pandemonium. You see how he guides it?
Yeah, but did you see? I think he wanted to hold the ball. I think he saw where he was at. Run that. If we can get that, he catches the ball, and when he starts to throw, he sees he's either on the ground or just getting up. So it's almost like when Muncy catches this ball, I want you to look beyond the ball over there. Rosarena's falling right now.
He's falling.
And that's when he catches and looks. And if you can run it back just a little bit, he's going to look towards the base runner. He's going to look towards the runner at third.
He clearly saw that he was on the ground.
He was on the ground, and that's why he threw a cutter, because he's trying to hold on to the ball.
Whew.
And I'll tell you what, and that play will go down as one of the most miraculous plays, and a lot of things had to go right on that play that didn't go right. For those of you just joining us, we're going to be talking some Rays baseball the first half of the show, some big Buccaneer talk the second half of the show. So we want you to all interact. We want you to ask questions. We want you to get involved. Getting involved is really important to us. Let me go ahead and put up the number real quick. Anybody that wants to call in, wants to get on the air, talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, talk about the Tampa Bay Rays, we will do so. So after this game, obviously, on that night, I'll tell you what, I'm watching this game Saturday night, and then all of a sudden at midnight, the game is over, and they expect you to go to sleep. I mean, how are you supposed to go to sleep? You're all jacked up. Your emotions are all over the freaking place, from being happy to being sad to being happy again. And it was just an amazing, amazing, amazing game with a lot of different emotions. Now, last night wasn't as fun. I mean, obviously, the series was tied 2-2 going into last night after that miraculous victory, the emotional victory. And last night, unfortunately, the Tampa Bay Rays lost 4-2. So they are now behind 3-2 in the World Series. They'll have to win the last two if they are going to win the World Series. Last night, Jock Peterson, Mac Muncy had some big hits for the Dodgers. I thought last night our bullpen was exceptional. The problem is our bats. Guys, we are winning these ball games. We are in Game 5 of a World Series because of our pitching and our defense and occasional long ball that is timely being done. We have not come to hit the ball. Would be so amazing to see the next two nights if we can put our offense together and show the world these last two nights what the Tampa Bay Rays can do when they're all on at the same time. It would be phenomenal, and it would be incredible at the same time. The Rays only had 7 hits, but the bullpen went 4 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts. I thought Luke, Castillo, Sheriff, Thompson all pitched well. Now, tomorrow night, if you're wondering who is going to be our starting pitcher in the decisive Game 6, it's going to be Blake Snell. Blake Snell, always wants the big game. Always wants the big game. And you know what? Here it is, Blake. Blake pitched well last game. What did he go? 4 1/3, 4 2/3, gave up no hits. And then, of course, Kevin Cash pulled him in the 5th inning and gave it to the bullpen. But, it's going to be a big, big game tomorrow night. Obviously, the big play in last night's game that everybody's talking about is the attempted steal at home. The way I look at it is this. We're trying to be aggressive. We're trying to do things to win ball games and manufactured runs. You know what? If we score on that play and Manuel Margot is safe on that play, we're here talking about how great of a call it was by Kevin Cash to go ahead and steal home. But now he doesn't make it. So, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, you're asking for too much. Things are going to work sometimes and things are not going to work sometimes. That doesn't mean they necessarily were the wrong call because they didn't work. There could be some execution. Did he get a good first step? There's so many things that go on a certain play that have to go wrong or right to be successful or unsuccessful. And, I give kudos to Kevin Cash for attempting it, very aggressive, and I like the style of play he used, although Margot was out. I thought Glasnow, of course, did not look good last night, and I think you fans will agree that I thought he looked very, very very bad, actually. Pitched 5 innings, gives up 4 runs, 2 of them being home runs. And tomorrow night, the guy that will go in verse is, if you can look all the way back and remember Game 2, the guy named, I believe it's Gonsolin. He's a right-handed pitcher, is just under a 10 ERA in the postseason. He pitched 1 inning last game, and he went ahead, he pitched the 1 inning, and they took him out of the game. I think he gave up 1 hit, it being a home run to Brandon Lau. And, folks, let's start giving credit where credit is due. Brandon Lau is starting to hit the ball. What does he have? 4 home runs in his last 3 games, including a 2 home run game thrown in there. So, Brandon Lau is coming back after that long slump. Right when we need him, he's starting to show up. And I would like to see Austin Meadows show up too tomorrow night. We'll see what the starting lineup is. It is a right-handed pitcher, so you would expect to go ahead and see a left-handed batter in Meadows playing. You got to play with your best tomorrow. Every single person is available tomorrow night out of that bullpen and off that bench. No matter what, this is do or die. You win or you go home. You win and there's a 7th game. So you don't worry about Game 7 before winning Game 6. You got to go in with, you have that mindset. It is 1 game. It's a 1 game, winner take all as far as the Rays are concerned. They need to win the game or there is no tomorrow. So if they go in tomorrow night, they win that game, then there'll be a Game 7 on Wednesday night. So, this team has the ability. They're playing great defense. The pitching overall, I think, has been outstanding. What more can you ask for this pitching staff? Last night, they give up a quick 3 runs in the first 2 innings, and then what was it? The first 5 innings, they give up 4 runs, and then they don't give up another run the rest of the game. Your bullpen did exactly what it needs. We need to manufacture runs. We can't leave 18 men on base. And I'm not talking in scoring position. But you can't leave a total of 18 people on bases. You can't leave, that many people on base. You have to take advantage of the scoring opportunities. The long ball will come, but in order to win tomorrow night, you're going to need to see some great situational baseball. And I've been saying this all series. Situational baseball. A runner is on first base. What do you got to do? You got to have productive outs. Remember, the only reason why Phillips was so successful and that run scored is because he put the ball in play. If you don't put the ball in play and you strike out, you don't have a chance at things like that happening. So the only way to make things happen is you have to cut out in the strike zone. You have to, but that doesn't mean don't be aggressive now. I don't want to fool you fans out there. You can be aggressive, but be aggressive in your zone. And we talked about this on previous shows. You have a zone that you know where you like to hit the ball. If the ball is not in that zone, you don't swing. You just don't swing. If it is, you aggressively swing at it and make things happen. You can't look at third strikes. You have to put the ball in play and make things happen in this game. And you will prevail if you do that. It's that simple. Some of you are looking and saying, well, Larry, you're making it seem so simple. It is. It's basic, simple baseball managing 101. The long ball will win you some games, but small ball will win you more games and get you into situations where you have the opportunity to win more than the damn home run ball will. And we got to realize that, yes, we need Lau to pop some out. We need Renfroe to pop some out and Arozarena to get us home because nobody else on the team is hitting the baseball right now. But you can get Meadows going a little bit with Arozarena, with Lau, and all these guys. Kiermaier, give him credit. The playoffs, he's hitting the ball. I do not know what his batting average is in the playoffs, but it's got to be near 240, 250, and I'll take that out of Kevin Kiermaier every year if we're in the playoffs because his defense means so much to us. But we got to do the little things. We got to run. We got to steal bases. In the case the situation comes up where we have to bunt the guy over or hit a guy over, remember, you don't have to bunt necessarily to get a runner over. You can hit the ball. Guy on second base. How many times do we see somebody try to pull the baseball to the left side of the infield instead of going to the right side of the infield where you can push the runner over from second base to third base, and now you have one out and a runner on third, a sac fly scores them. It's simple baseball, guys. I swear to you, women and guys out there, it's not as difficult as we are creating it to be. And I think tomorrow you're going to see Kevin Cash do these things. You never know with Kevin Cash what is going to happen. But I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very confident in this team. I'm very confident in our pitching staff. And if I'm a betting man, and there's any team that has to win 2 games in a row to win the World Series, I'm betting on our Tampa Bay Rays. But like I said, one game at a time. You can't be looking at Wednesday before you look till tomorrow. And I know I'm out of breath here, but that's it. I get fired up, and everybody knows how I get here. But I'm very confident in the game tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, for those of you, myself and Bradley Lewis will be coming on our Bullseye show tomorrow night. We do want to let you know that. Bullseye tomorrow will be at 7 p.m. on the Bullseye Facebook page due to the fact that we got the World Series. So tomorrow night, Bullseye, we're going to have former USF running back Billy Henderson will be joining us midway through that show. We'll update you recap you on last week's loss, and we'll update you on the upcoming games in the future with USF. So lots and lots of good things. If you don't belong to Bullseye, capital BULLS, space EYE is capitalized as well. Go ahead and join now for all the latest updated USF news, articles, podcasts we do, shows we do. We've had some amazing people on already. We had Matt Grothe on. We had Santiago Gramatica on. We had, of course, Billy Henderson tomorrow, just to name a few. And we're going to do this throughout the season. We'll also have USF basketball players, women and men's, trying to get some former players on, as well as baseball. And we're supposed to have Mike Kelly on sometime in the near future from what I'm hearing. So we're still waiting on that. So once again, tomorrow, special airtime, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Bullseye for all your USF needs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, For those of you, we've been talking about the Rays, and there is a call-in number. I want to welcome Eric to the show. Eric, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Rob, thank you so much. David, thank you so much for joining the show as well. Just a great show. It's a great time to be a fan in Tampa Bay. And, I just can't tell you how happy I am to be a fan down here. And for those of you who did not get to see, so much going on yesterday. Originally the Buccaneer game was supposed to be at It was supposed to be at, I believe, 8 o'clock Sunday night. It was scheduled to 4 for all us Rays fans. What a blessing that was, because we didn't have to pick and choose and switch channels to figure out what channels we wanted to watch. But yesterday, just a great win yesterday by our Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 45-20. Every single person on this team, and we'll talk about it. We're going to break it down in the next 30 minutes. So I'd love to get some fan interaction as we start talking about the Bucs. But and I'm doing a couple things here as I'm doing that. So go ahead, make some comments, leave some comments, call in if you want, and let's go ahead for all you fans that did not get to see or update the highlights from yesterday on your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's see what I can pull up here a minute so that you all can do that.
Here's the snap to Carr. Pressure coming. Carr will be sacked by Devin White. And there was no chance Carr was going to wiggle off the hook. Big play. Here's Brady looking. Throws toward the end zone. On ball. Tampa Bay. Gronkowski makes the catch. Tuck it away from the defender. It's a touchdown Tampa Bay. And Rob Gronkowski for the second week in a row. On second down and 10. Brady drops. Protection. Throws the deep ball toward the corner end zone. Scotty Miller in it. Got the ball. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Touchdown Tampa Bay. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Buccaneers. Antoine Winfield to the 30. He's to the 33. To the 35. The Bucs take the ball away. Brady rolling to his right. Still rolling. Those toward the end zone. On ball. Touchdown Chris Godwin. Touchdown Tampa Bay. From the 1 yard line. Hurdling over the top. Ronald Jones has a touchdown.
Yeah, just an incredible game. And you got to see the offense clicking like yesterday. And let's break down this game. First, I don't think it was any secret. We knew it was going to be a tough game because, the Raiders are a decent team, but they just handled them. I mean, when you look at this team and you look at Tom Brady, I mean, it was just so amazing when you look at these passes to Scotty Miller or to Rob Gronkowski or, to Chris Godwin or to Mike Evans or to Tyler Johnson. It's just amazing the pinpoint accuracy that this guy has on the football. It is something we have never, ever seen with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's just incredible. Brady finished up yesterday 33 of 45, 369 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Just incredible. I mean, Scotty Miller, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. The emergence of Scotty Miller, expected. The new Julian Edelman. Wow, how's 6 catches for 109 yards and 1 touchdown sound to you Buccaneer fans? How about Godwin? 9 catches, 88 yards, a touchdown. How about Gronk? 5 for 62 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Johnson, a touchdown. How about Leonard Fournette catching 5 balls out of the backfield? Incredible. And we have not even seen Antonio Brown yet. Oh, baby. Now, I don't have the schedule in front of me, and I try to do things by memory, but I think we play Monday night versus the Giants, if I'm right. And, just incredible the way this offense, it seemed like everything the offense was dialing up was working. I know we didn't rush for 100 yards. Some people can say this, but I thought the guys ran hard. I thought Fournette ran great. Jones had a couple of good glimpses. We won the ball game, guys. Won the ball game. We're 5-2. We're in first place in the Southern Division. We are playing good football, and we got to continue. Couple of things, defensively, my goodness gracious. If Devin White and Levante David aren't the best duo out there, I'll tell you what. Devin White is in every single place at every single time. 3 sacks, 9 tackles, 2 assists. Levante David, most underrated player in the NFL, had 7 tackles and assists. The Bucs had 454 yards of offense. The Raiders had 347, which we'll talk about that in a minute. The Bucs averaged 6.5 yards per play. The Raiders averaged 5.5. Some good, interesting facts in this game, folks. Is once again, leave a message, and I'll get into that fact in a second. Let's ask some questions about the Buccaneers. Let's ask some questions about the Rays. I'm putting up a call-in number again. You call, we answer, and we'll get you, on the air here live on Frankly Speaking Sports. If somebody's on the line, that's okay. Just go ahead and let me go ahead and there we go. Just go ahead and call us, and we'll get you on the line. That's what we're here for. We want your input. We want your opinions. We want your advice. Come on, let's talk some Buccaneer football and Rays baseball here on Frankly Speaking Sport. But, the Bucs were 7 of 12 on third downs, and they were 1 of 1 on fourth downs. The only thing I didn't like is it's not that we had 4 penalties after coming off a week of no penalties. I didn't like some of the silly penalties. Shaq Barrett, Shaq, you don't have to get a sack. And this is the problem when you run into too many great players sometimes. And I'm not saying this is the case with Shaq Barrett, but everybody can't get the glory. Everybody can't get the name on the top of the articles. It's a team effort, and team football wins ball games. And Shaq, stay back there. Somebody will get the sack. You cost your team an interception there by going a second too early. You're smart enough now. I know you like to get the jump off the ball because you're trying to get sacks. But you know what? It's okay if you don't have 19.5 sacks this year. We don't need you. You're doing so many other things, Shaq. And I'm watching the game film. I'm watching it. The containment you're having by turning these people inside so people like Devin White and Levante David and Whitehead and all these other players can get these tackles. It may not show in the box score, but it shows. It shows on film. And I know you're out there busting your butt, and it seems like, well, I get 2 tackles, and yeah, you're making a lot more happen than those 2 tackles. And, you're going to have to ask yourself, people go, well, what about Mike Evans? He only had 2 touches. Mike Evans is being double-teamed on every play. Michael Evans is going to get the ball eventually because these teams are going to realize it don't matter who we double-team on this team. They're going to be successful, so you might as well go one-on-one with everybody and see what the heck happens. Because, don't worry about Michael Evans. Michael Evans knows his role. He's been talked about his role. And when they need Michael Evans, believe me, think about it. How great is it to know that, we're not throwing the ball out to Michael Evans and we're winning. We're doing something right. That's what's happening. People like Scotty Miller are stepping up. Tyler Johnson, we talked about that previous weeks. I told you about in the red zone. Anything within the 20-yard lines, this guy is a beast. He was a beast in college doing that. And so far, what's he got? 2 touchdowns on the year. Had another one yesterday. So 2 touchdowns for Tyler Johnson. This team is dangerous. And now you put Antonio Brown into the mix, and basically what Antonio Brown does, for you folks wondering why. Why? The rich is just getting richer. We're good. Okay, we're good. We have a goal. Our goal is to win the Super Bowl. Anything less than winning the Super Bowl is a failure for this team this year. And that's the mindset this team has. Well, you have to have depth. And when you can get a guy like Antonio Brown for the minimum, why not? Some people say, well, Larry, he's a cancer in the locker room. Look at all these problems. I am telling you right now, Antonio Brown understands this is the last opportunity that he will ever have to play in the National Football League. He will not be given another chance. This is his only and last chance to make something. And, it's not about what he did before. That's over with. Us fans, the media, everybody needs to forget that. We care about what he can do going forward for this team. And that's what I care about. That's all I care about. Hopefully the man, if there is something wrong with him, he gets straightened out. But I believe that's been talked about, worked on. And, he's good friends with Tom Brady. They have a good working relationship. What better way? Number two, Godwin's not the healthiest. Evans ain't the healthiest. Miller hasn't been the healthiest. It's nice when hey, you can give a player a rest and rest him an extra week besides the bye week to allow him to heal. Imagine this team if they get to the playoffs, or should I say when they get to the playoffs. It is going to be incredible. All right. Eric says he will be fine. I'm not sure necessarily what that note means. I was reading it. I was going to read it. But I think Eric is saying that he thinks Antonio Brown is going to be fine. And I agree with you 100% if that's what you're saying, Eric. I agree with you. Now, defensively, guys, I want to hit on the defense a little bit. And, I've been critical of the defense. And I want to tell you, this team is getting better. Okay? We have a goal, and I just mentioned that, is to win the Super Bowl. We have a goal to be the best team in the NFL. We have the potential to be the best offense in the NFL, and we are starting to perform like it. We have the potential to be the best team in defense in the NFL, but we are not there yet. We have the potential. And I'm going to tell you what, you can't keep giving up 357 total yards, every time. I don't know what it is with the Bucs, but for some reason it's the curse of the first quarter. It seems like they like to fall behind 7-0 or 3-0 and let the opposing team drive down the field on their first possession just to say, hey, we'll give you a little, cushion here or something. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You got to come out playing, and you got to come out playing from the get-go, because there's going to be good teams you play that won't allow you the opportunity to get back into these games. And a couple of things I noticed yesterday. I don't know what's going on with Sean Bunting. Everybody tells me, Larry, Sean Bunting this, Sean Bunting that, Sean Bunting this. The guy hasn't shown me anything. And I think he's one of our liabilities at this point. Doesn't mean he doesn't have the potential. But I see him getting confused, and I see him lost on a lot of different plays that, when the ball is being thrown by the opposing quarterback. And, maybe I'm wrong. I would love to get some opinions on some of you folks out there on what you think. Does Sean Bunting look lost to you? He looks lost to me. He really, really does. And I hope they can improve that. But that's one thing right there is definitely with Bunting. They gotta They cannot give up these long passes. I don't care what the excuses are. We're blitzing. That's going to happen. Something like bull. Okay? That's excuses. We don't get paid to make excuses. We get paid to make plays. And you got to understand that he has gotten beaten a lot. I mean, a lot. And, that's number one. Number two, okay, we have to make sure we don't get stupid penalties. Dumb penalties, like Shaq Barrett offsides. A couple weeks ago, Gene Jensen headbutting somebody. Just silly mistakes that cost us field position we can't afford to do. I think overall this defense is making a stand. And I didn't say they're not playing well. Please don't misunderstand or understand what I am saying. I am saying they are not there yet. They need to play a couple more games together. I think Antoine Winfield is going to be tremendous. I like a lot of what I'm seeing from this kid. I already am so high on Devin White, and what he's done in 2 years here is just incredible. But I just think that we are still hurting in the the cornerback position. And, I like Jamel Dean. I know Davis plays some of the best one-on-ones. But the thing about Davis is he plays some of the best one-on-ones that I've seen in a while. But it also see him get beat at least once a game. So we need to, and people are going to say, well, everyone's going to get beat sometimes. Now, if we can cut down that one a game getting beat on the long ball, we are going to be fine. As I read, and one of our listeners right here, let me see if I can put this up. Some good points here on the Frankly Speaking Sports. Here's one that says, He tries to get too many interceptions, or Davis trying to get too many interceptions. Well, you know what? Interception, your goal is to stop the play. It's not to get an interception on every play. Interceptions are only big on certain plays. It can change the course of a game, but you can't cause the guy to catch the ball because you went for the interception. It comes to that point, you have to knock the ball down. And that's just my philosophy on that. But, overall, I think the defense is definitely aggressive, showing a lot of blitz packages. They're going to be good. They are showing glimpses. But I don't want everybody to think that it's game 7 coming up, or what are we, 5-2? So it's game 8 coming up, and we're there. We're not there yet. Half the season is over. The first half of the season was a warm-up. Okay, getting everybody gelling together, getting everybody working together, getting everybody to know each other, know their tendencies, know what the right hand is doing, know what the left hand is doing. The newlywed stage is over. Now it's the marriage stage. Now you got to be able to perform the next 8 weeks like a football team that knows what everybody on your team is doing. Remember, if you look in the past, and I'm not a big fan of the past, and I say that a lot, but, previous Tom Brady's team, if they're going to lose games, they do it early in the season. They don't do it late in the season. And I'm hoping that's the same formula here because, I think Tampa Bay is really looking good. Like I said, I am so ecstatic with the offense and the way they're playing and the way the way the offensive line is playing. They should have played yesterday where Donovan Smith made an unbelievable block. An unbelievable block. Yet, the only time the fans of Tampa Bay come out is when Donovan Smith does something wrong. Let's give credit where credit due. These last 2 games, Donovan Smith, the entire offensive line, I don't mean to just pinpoint out Donovan Smith, but this whole offensive line has been doing tremendous work, and it goes without saying. And that's been a huge part of Tom Brady's success the past couple of weeks. As far as the defense goes, they will get there. They will get there. They just got to it seems like sometimes that defense they allowing that pass. They're allowing the guys in front of them. They're not worried about yardage and sometimes you don't have to be. It depends on the situation in the game. That's what situational football is. If you're trying to prevent somebody from getting a first down, you don't care if you give up 6 yards because it takes 10 yards to get a first down. That's situational football. And that's fine if that's the only reason. But they got to get those cornerbacks a lot more solid because I'm telling you, there's going to be quarterbacks. You're going to be facing the Matt Ryans. You're going to be playing, some other quarterbacks. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I know Patrick Mahomes is coming down here. So you're going to have some of these games that you're playing with outstanding quarterbacks that are going to pick you apart if you don't take care of this cornerback situation. And like I said, I like Davis. I do. I'm just not, and I hope I'm wrong, Tampa fans, but I'm just not sold on Sean Bunting yet. He hasn't given me the same excitement that a Devin Smith or Levante David or Carlton Davis, even a Whitehead out there. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just can't pinpoint it. It just, to me, seems like he is confused and lost about 25% of the plays that he's out there. And once again, it's a learning curve. Let's hope he learns. Let's hope he gets better. Let's hope Todd Bowles, which I'm sure he has, identifies it and they fix it. So hopefully everything will be fine there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 7 minutes left in our show. 7 minutes. I want to go ahead and open up once again the phone lines to you. I know it was up there. I don't know what happened to it, so let's put it back up there. And if you want to leave a message, ask me a question. I see Eric has asked a couple questions. He says the defense hasn't gelled yet. And that's right, Eric. You're absolutely right. It just hasn't gelled yet. I think yesterday we saw the offense, the last 2 weeks, the offense is gelling. Let's get that defense, gelling as well. Let's get it where we dominate these games so much. It's like, it's just, we got to dominate more on the defense, on the cornerback side of the football. Overall, I think we got some of the best linebackers, interior defensive line in the game, in the NFL. Again, we didn't give up over 100 yards yesterday in rushing. I think we ended up with 80 to 90 yards rushing we gave up total to the Raiders. Not that the Raiders, Raiders have Jacobs. I don't think the Raiders have rushed for over 100 yards all year. But nevertheless, it's still, a feather in our cap to go ahead and to hold a team under 100 yards again in an NFL game. Ladies and gentlemen, 813-922-9810 is the Frankly Speaking Sports Hotline. If you'd like to call in, get on the air the last couple of minutes here, be more than happy. We can talk some Tampa Bay Rays, which we did talk about in the first 2 segments of our show today. And then we were talking some Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. So go ahead in these last 6-7 minutes. Let's open it up to you and let's see, what we have to talk about here on Frankly Speaking Sports. Oh, thank you. As I go over here. All right, well, we're putting some new stuff up here. So, I'm seeing if I see any other messages because this is the first I'm really getting an opportunity. So thank you all for bearing with me. Let's see. All right, don't know what happened there, but All right. So anyway, we got about 5 minutes left now in our show. Let me see. Yeah, good question. The New York Giants are not a very good football team. I believe that's who we play next on our schedule. And if not, I apologize. I don't have the schedule in front of me. But I believe we play a Monday night game versus the New York Giants. The Giants are not a very good team. And, Saquon Barkley is out. He's out with an injury all year. Their running game's terrible. Their offense is terrible. But these are the teams that we need to go in with, Tampa Bay fans, and we need to demolish. We need to destroy. We need to disrupt. I mean, these are teams we need to beat convincingly. These are teams we need to blow out. Now, people say, hey, you just got to go in. A win's a win. Yes, it is, and I'll take a W any day of the week. But you have to go in and you have to win convincingly. You know you're a better defense than their offense is. Well, you need to disrupt and destroy. You know your offense is better than their defense. You need to put up points. The Giants should, the Buccaneers should in this game put up the similar amount of points that they put up in yesterday's game. And they should hold the Giants to probably less points than the Raiders had yesterday. This should be a 40-something to 7 game by the time it's all over on Monday night. The only reason that Tampa Bay fans are going to be excited to watch this game is because their team is playing. And, you play games in the NFL because you never know what's going to happen week after week after week. But, I already say this, don't take any team lightly, but you need to come out with fire in this game. You can't come out like this team is terrible, or the next thing you know, it'll be too late. By the time you realize, wow, we're in a ball game, it could be too late. But this is a team, and we'll talk more about this on our Wednesday, frankly speaking, Bucs show on Crew Life, and throughout the week, we'll do a Monday night special show, and we'll talk about the different matchups that we have and that we need to be able to handle versus the Giants. But this is a game we should dominate. Dominate. Now, going back before we call it a night here, Tampa Bay Rays, Game 6 tomorrow. Rays are down 3 games to 2, a must win or you go home for the Rays. Must win next 2 to win the World Series. Very, very confident, that will happen. We are going to have a special Bullseye show at 7 p.m. tomorrow from 7 to 8 on our Bullseye platform, Facebook platform. Please tune in. We'll have Billy Henderson, former running back for the USF Bulls, will be joining myself and my co-host, Bradley Lewis Walker. So that's a show you don't want to miss. Then immediately following that, it'll be Game 6 of the World Series, a must-win for your Tampa Bay Rays with Blake Snell on the mound. So I'm real confident in that. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now on that. As of now, I told people if the Rays were to win tomorrow, that our show on Wednesday will be at 7 p.m. on Crew Life, not 9 p.m. because of Game 7. And we will do a Rays special pregame show. So I'm not going to say that if the Rays win. I'm just going to go out right now and say after the Rays win tomorrow night, Wednesday night, before Game 7, we will be on Crew Life for a special edition of Frankly Speaking Rays pregame show of Game 7. I'm that confident that we win tomorrow night. For all of you fans that have been here tonight with me and that have joined in, hopefully you enjoyed our show. The more comments you can give us, the better we can do for future shows. Once again, stay tuned tomorrow on the Bullseye platform Facebook page. If you're a USF fan and you are not a member of a USF Facebook group, it's Bullseye, B-U-L. Let me see if I have that here real quick. There we go. Bullseye right there. It's our Bullseye platform. You can go ahead, join us on Bullseye. That's how you spell it, and that's how you join it. And we'll be more than happy to have you as a new member of our USF program. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much, and a good night to all. Raise up, horns up. Let's go, Bucs. Fire.